So anytime you see the word prediction, set up a proportion. Anybody remember what a proportion is? Are we having brain dead moment at the moment? All right, so proportion is this lovely thing with the two fractions equaling each other. Remember that? Sometimes we start over here with our label. That's our proportion. All right. So, experimental and theoretical probability can be used to predict. So, predict. What does predict mean?
Kind of like you're guessing or something.
Guessing about what? What are we predicting? Where is that?
Future outcomes.
What does future outcomes mean? And they're all looking at you because you're doing amazing. She's like, great, thanks for the pressure.
I don't know.
What do y'all think? What do you got? Future outcomes. What does that mean? So we're guessing at what? What does future outcomes mean?
The outcomes
Beforehand? Future outcomes. What's another good way to say that? What is the future outcome of the rest of your day?
Like, what do you mean future outcome, like, for the rest of my day?
Mm-hmm.
I'm confused.
Translation. It's what's going to happen. So we're guessing at what's going to happen. And we're using a guess using proportions. Guys, I know we're asleep, but dang. So we're guessing what's going to happen using proportions. So remember, we've got two different things. We've got theoretical, which means this is what should happen, and experimental, this is what did happen. Y'all good so far? Which means we're going to have to figure out the probability of it first. Once we figure out the probability, then we can figure out, hey, what's going to happen in the future. And we can do as many or as few of these as y'all like. Because I'm also going to show you an easier way to do proportions as well. Because how many of you in here love dividing? Yeah, that's not me either. Yeah, I don't like dividing any more than y'all do. All right, so we have a spinner. So we're going to do at least two. So we're going to do at least this one and this one. And we can do any more you'd like. Because I know y'all are looking at this probability thing and going, oh, this is hard. Not necessarily. So what is the probability that we're going to land on something greater than 4? How many numbers are bigger than 4 on this spinner?
2.
2. How many do we have in this spinner?
6.
Is that simplified? No. So what is it simplified? 1/3. And since she's already put it graciously up here. So 1/3, that's our first probability. Now we want to know how many times are we going to spin it. If we spin it, how many times? 180. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that total of 180 at the bottom. Can I get 3 to 180 by multiplying?
Yeah.
Times what? 60. By the way, if you know that 18 divided by 3 is 6, if you have this extra 0, just tack on an extra 0. So that means whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. If we multiplied that by 60, what's 1 times 60? 60. We're done. That's what they're looking for. That's it. So let's try it again. So we're told it was rolled 100 times. That'll save us from doing all that adding. We want to know an even number. So what's an even number? What else is an even number?
4 and 6.
2, 4, and 6. So that means we're going to add up 21, 32, and 14. So I'm going to add up these two first. So that'd be 46 plus the 21. What's y'all's favorite number to say?
67.
There's your answer. All right, so we have 67 out of 100. How many times do we want to know for rolls?
Wait, what?
How many more rolls do we want to do? Yeah, I don't see a 6, 7 anywhere up there, but nice try. I like Angel's answer of 300. Kennedy obsessed with 6, 7 over here. All right, so now question is, do you want to do 67 times 300 divided by 100? No, I don't either. How do I get from 100 to 300? Times what?
3, 2. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good. Everybody makes mistakes. So now we're going to just do 67 times 3. 1, 2, 201.
Oh.
And we're done. That's it. So once you figure out the proportion or figure out the probability, you stick it in there, you figure out what they want for your next total, you put it on the bottom, then you can either cross multiply or divide or see if you can get it to travel or what you can multiply by this number to get to this number. Do y'all want to see another one?
Yes.
Okay, which one?
It doesn't matter. I just want to know the one.
Can we do one of the word things?
Sure, which one?
AJ.
AJ? Okay. All right, so there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 numbers, 11 lovely things with mathematics. That's where the 11th comes from. So he's pulling a card and replacing it, which is easy for us. We want to know how many times it's going to be with a vowel. So how many times a vowel? So what's a vowel? A, E, I, O, and U. So we're going to circle A, E, there's another A, and there's an I. So how many vowels do we have?
4.
We have 4 out of how many?
11.
11. Now, he wants to do this how many times? 55. That's what goes on the bottom.
Oh my gosh.
Now, you can still cross multiply and divide to your little heart's content. Or you can look at this and go, can I multiply something by 11 to get to 55? Yeah, and I'm watching Brianna wave a 5 at me. Whatever I do to one side, I do the other. So what's my answer? 20. All right, how are we feeling? Do we need another one? Y'all good? Okay, I guess you probably want the assignment then posted, huh?